Five, four, three, two, one. We live. All right. Hello, hello, Tep. Hey, this is your brother Garfield here. This is Man Cave Sundays radio show. We live. We're about to have a very good show. We got a beautiful agenda. We're going to talk about the state of the conscious community. We're going to talk about the Polite versus Prince York. Prince York versus Michael Edwards. We're going to talk about Hank on Joel Benjamin show, talking about when he met Ngozi. We're going to talk about Ghana Grills. And we're going to talk about Young Pharaoh and his debate, our so-called debate. And we're going to get into a lot of different things. But let's do this, man. Since, Alan, you got to go, I got a question to ask you and the panel, man. Is Tazariak scared of Brother Garfield from the Dagger Squad? Is he scared of Brother Garfield? What's going on, Alan Brown? Can you tell the audience what happened yesterday on Sonetta while you was filming on 125th?
Oh, man. It was crazy, man. I was going to go see my wifey. I'm walking, man. And it's late night. So usually they don't be out there at night. So I was like, oh, what's this? Then I was like, oh, man, Halloween is early. I got a little closer. And I was like, oh, just trying to roll Johanna in them. So I walk over there. The first thing I hear is Dr. Ben is an agent. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Then I hear the bashing of Africa for like 10 minutes. So then I had to ask a question. I get to ask a question. Johanna answers and says, no more. I don't want to talk no more. So then we get a chance to talk to Mr. Tazariak. So Garfield was like, Dagger Squad in the building. He goes, I don't like the Dagger Squad. What? Oh, I didn't know you was Dagger Squad. So we get to talking, get to building a little bit, ask him a couple questions. The brother, sidestepping. And I'm like, yo, you scared of Garfield? You don't want to answer a question. Oh, he made a bet that he gonna pay people college tuitions. And I'm like, well, can you answer the question? No, he didn't ask that. He asked something else. But the whole entire conversation, man, is just, I don't understand how these people could sit there and bash Africa and talk about our leaders and then say that we're not from there. And when confronted and asked where we from and who we are, we from West Africa, but we not really from there. And then after that, there's no more talking, it's quiet. And then they start chanting and stuff, man. I just, it was bad, man. Answer the question, he's scared. He's scared.
You want to let the sister go in? You want to let the sister go in a little bit? Oh, you don't want her to bill in it? All right, cool. All right, listen, man. And this is for Tazariak, for anybody from ISUPK. The problem I found with Hebrews is that whenever you ask them a question, they don't hear the question properly, and then they answer something that you're not even talking about. All I said was, can anybody produce anyone that came over on a ship that identified themselves as a Hebrew or an Israelite? Now, when the Maroons came over, or people who came from Ghana came over, who were Muslims, they were identified as Muslims. The people who were following African tradition were identified following African tradition. This is why sometimes the slave master would deal with different people a different way. They would deal with Muslims differently. This is why they had decrees. They don't want the Moors here, because the Moors followed Islam and they were teaching the slaves to run away. So they said, you know what? We don't want the Muslims in the New World. There was a whole decree for that. Now, how do you identify somebody's culture? You look at the traditions of oral traditions. You look at the foods that they want to eat. You look at how they act, the dances, how they worship. You look at different things that they do. And by they doing that, which is called culture, you can identify where they're from or what religion they followed. So when some of the Maroons came here, you could tell they came from Ghana, the Akan area, because they were following the traditions of the Akan people. They spoke the language. They still had the tradition. They still had that in their system. So we knew where they came from. But nobody identified themselves with a Hebrew God named Yahweh. Nobody identified himself with being an Israelite. So Tazariak, I'm going to call your show on Thursday. If not, I'll show up at the studio. I know where the studio is. And I'll come in person if you want. And I will address you like a man to a man, stop running. Garfield is you said I'm not on your level, right? I'm not on your level of popularity. But let's look at what we do for the community. I help people build businesses. How many businesses has ISUPK helped the Black African community build? I'll wait. How many? You help people with GED, supposedly, right? You help people get off drugs, right? Supposedly. Or that's what you guys claim. All right. So now that's commendable. The church does that. Everybody does that. But what about progressing your own people in your own organization? Those brothers need jobs. How many jobs has ISUPK created? I've created multiple jobs, hundreds. You know why? Because I've helped people start businesses, and those people who start businesses hire people. So when you say I am not on your level of popularity, yes. As far as scholarship, no, you're not a scholar. You're weak when it comes to scholarship. And you know what? I'm going to call Thursday night and see if you're going to run again. But the problem with us in the community is we don't like to admit that we are wrong. We don't like to say we are wrong. Oh, you got me right there. I just
not to mention, in fact, bringing up the Maroons, I brought up the Maroons. I talked about where they was from, their communities, or how the studies were set up to show what their tradition and culture was. And these people never called themselves Hebrew and didn't do any of this stuff. And they are they was not indoctrinated under the European concept, because a lot of them, they just ran as soon as they got off of that boat. He says, I don't know about the Maroons. I don't know about any of this. I'm like, okay, I'm cool.
Do my research.
He's gonna do his research. But Tazariak and ISUPK, step up, man. Let them brothers holler at your boy, Brother Garfield, man. 1-800-518-2817. 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. Now, I'm going to, hold on a second. Let me see if I could log into Facebook real quick. I want to share my screen. I want to show you guys something that a customer just sent me in my inbox. And this is his way of saying thank you. I didn't even know if the trade lines had hit or not, but the brother just inboxed me. Hold on. I don't want to show his name. Well, I don't know if I'm going to show his name, but let's take a look. Brother just inbox me. I don't want to show his name, though. All right, let's do this. Let me press on it. And then let me share my screen. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, I do trade lines to boost your credit score. And that's one of the things that I do, and I do very well. I don't just talk, I do it. All right, so let's take a look at what I did for this brother right here. And you guys tell me if you could see my screen, present to everyone. Can you guys see my screen right now?
Yes.
Yep.
What does it say? It says TransUnion and Equifax?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. See the brother's score, 722. He sent me that this morning, how his score jumped. One of them jumped over 100 points. The other one jumped over 80 points. Right here. See that? That's Garfield putting in work. All right. So I'm going to bring him on the show Wednesday so he could testify like how they do in the church. All right. So we move on from that. All right. Let's move on from that. Stop sharing. You know, I like to share good news because today is not a good news show at all. All right. But let's move on. Let's talk about, there was a show recently with my brother, what's his name? Brother Ank from the Amin Ra squad. And he had a show on Joel, what's this guy's name? Joel Benjamin, I think 928 or something to that effect. And he basically had Ankaket from the Amin Ra squad on. Hold on a second here. Let me mute that. He had Ankaket on from the Amin Ra squad. And he asked him basically why does Ngozi feel like he's being used? So what I want to do is I want to play this clip with Ankaket on the line. And I want you guys to take a quick listen. of this what he said, because what he said to me was is not to be funny, but the explanation of the importance of Ngozi. All right, so let me play it out loud. All right, so before I play it, let me share my screen because we're gonna do this fast before my boy Alan jump off the line. All right, so let me share my screen. Desktop, share screen, present to everyone. All right, can everybody see my screen? Is Ankaket's face on the screen? Can you guys?
Yes.
All right, here we go. So the question was asked to him, did he use Ngozi? All right, did he use Ngozi? And Ngozi said he felt used. They use him for science, and that he brought science to the community, and the term pseudo was used because of him, and so forth. All right, listen to Ankaket's explanation from the Amin-Ra squad.
Not at all. So back to your question. I never used Brother Ngozi for nothing else but for science.
All right,
Because
but
I knew he was qualified. Hold on. I knew he was qualified to handle that as a younger brother. And anytime he could have said, I don't want to do this. Remember in your interview, he said he wasn't really banging on religion. He really, really wasn't. He switches back and forth. Sometimes he's a pantheist. Sometimes he's a real black atheist. Sometimes he's an atheist. Sometimes he's a Muslim, right? He does all this. Sometimes he's voodoo. That's Ngozi. Guess what he was when I met him? Do you want to know?
yes, I do.
He's an expert palm reader. He used to read palms and shit. Read birthdays. People call in, he read their birthdays. That's how I ran across him, bro.
Be careful, be careful. Don't be a false witness, I gotta say that, man. You gotta come with proof.
Yeah,
that about the brother now.
Yeah, he does that way better than King Simon does. Matter of fact, Ngozi is the best that did that. I promise you that. I promise you. And that's not, he would tell you that. That's how I met him. And I also heard him talking about tribes, and I say, man, I like the way you talk about the tribes. I say, but that shit right there, you can't do that and be on the squad. I can't have that. And so really, he put that aside. But at the end of the day, man, he always talked about and he's young too, he's 20, he's 30 now, right? He switches back and forth. But that's what younger people do. So I'm not mad at him. As a matter of fact, I want him to succeed because that was the mission. To develop a team, I'm not going to mention that team's name, but develop a team of young scientists that could keep the mission going. So under no circumstance would I ever blackball him first because I appreciate the work that he's did on the squad. I appreciate the battles that he did with me side by side. I appreciate that young brother's work. And no matter what he say about me, because he might be mad because the thing ain't there no more, right? I appreciate the work he did when he was here. Sometimes shit don't work out.
Yeah, man. So y'all heard that. What does the panel got to say about this, man? Let me click this off my screen. All right, let me go back to my screen. Let me stop sharing. What do you guys got to say about the whole conversation you had about talking about the brother Ngozi? Anybody got to say something? Alan, you want to say something before you go, brother?
That's what I gotta say.
You ain't no
Alan
good, bro.
Brown, Rob Bourne.
Rob Bourne, God body running from a conversation, man.
No, I'm not running. It's just like, damn, man.
The
Damn.
dude used to read palms. Wow.
Damn.
Wow. I need my palm read, man. I need that on ASAP. I need that
Man,
ASAP.
what
Hold on a second, Black Panther. Who is that laughing in the background, man? Who's that? Is that my sister Ty, man? Oh,
That's Queen Ty.
Oh my God, man. That's not good, man. That's not good.
Funny. That come on.
She was
reading
laughing
palms.
too.
Reading palms, yeah, but
Young Fire for real.
Young Fire was pseudo. But anyway, I just wanted to play that because my brother Ank is being
Pseudo.
Man, let me get out of here. What kind of hangout I done walked into? Garfield, you're not gonna get me. I'm getting out of here.
All right. Let me get Meru, man. Everybody punking out. Anybody have any comments on that? Y'all want me to move on? Everybody punking out, man. Y'all, what's going on? I thought it was funny as hell.
Why you always lying? Lying. Oh my God! Stop fucking lying. Hey, T. What's up, man? Hey, man.
Oh God! Why did I call in this Sunday?
How you doing, Ben? How is school? How is school? How is school? How is school, beloved?
School is hard, brother, and I'm tired, but I'm just trying to push it through and finish.
What kind of
Ready to
school?
be done, man. I'm in school for my master's degree in project management.
Oh, that's that money.
Who is that? Is that Ank in the background?
No, I don't have Unc on. If somebody else has him on,
I always wanted to manage a project.
trying to manage a project of repatriation, brother. That's the project I'm trying to manage. Get us the hell out of here.
Hey, I want to
There's a lot
talk
of
about
drama
Prince
today.
York. I want to talk about Prince York because y'all ain't talking about nothing.
God
We're talking
damn
about
it!
why Tazariak ain't calling yet. What's up, man? Garfield ain't on your Let's go.
Look, can I say something about what Unc said though?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
First of all, I want to say that Brother Ngozi is a brilliant brother. Brother Ngozi has memorized a lot of information that is very pertinent and has opened a lot of eyes in the community. But the statement that he made about him going back and forth between a lot of philosophies or theologies is 100% true. And that's because he's, you know how James Smalls has been in all those religions?
There you go. That's my master teacher, though. That's my first master teacher, James Small, because he helped me grow.
Ngozi has been in a lot of religions too, just like James Smalls. But
so it's not a bad
Ngozi,
thing,
but you know what? When you take on multiple theologies, like James Small just does it effortlessly, like seamlessly. Like you wouldn't even be able to tell if you met him. He would have to tell you that. I think sometimes when people go into all these different theologies, it's like a maze, man. You get lost in that maze. And at the end of the day, it's like, which one of these do I pick? Because I've seen Ngozi talk about Islam. I've seen Ngozi say he's a Moor. I've seen Ngozi talk to me about Hinduism. I've seen him talk to me about Ifa. Like, he goes in. But sometimes I don't know who I'm talking to, which version of him I'm talking to. Seriously. And that's not a knock on him because he's well studied in all of those theologies. But to say that he flip-flops through different theologies, that's very accurate.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about the palm reading stuff, but I can't say.
all right, hold up. Do you palm read, Ben? Just for the record.
What the hell is that?
I'm done. All right, let's move on, man. Brother Ngozi's my brother.
It's not I was a palm reader. I'll knock you out, Garfield. You ask me that ever again.
You're a 7'4" ass will knock me out. I go down out your tall ass, lanky mother. All right, let's move on. All right, hey, listen, man. This guy. Hey, listen.
Close above my palm. I don't know if they read it or not.
Stop it.
Do that count?
Stop it.
I slapped the shit out of him, man. Right now.
That's
Go
what
ahead.
I call palm. Slapping a cracker across his face. Bam!
I bet you saw stars in the universe and all kinds of shit.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question.
That's the new saying. Palm reading.
In my Meru voice. Hey, let me ask a question. Let me dagger everybody on the panel right now. What was the name of the main god in the Aksumite Empire before Christianity? Let me dagger the whole everybody right now. Let me dagger everybody right now.
Aksumite.
The Aksumite. AXSUM.
Okay.
Yeah, Aksumite. Where's Alan at? Don't run, Alan. Don't run, Alan. I got you. What's the name? Okay, I got you. Good. I know how to shut y'all up now. Nope.
Hold on. I might say not Melkert.
And you know what, Meru? You taught me this too. That's even a bigger dagger. That's even a bigger
He
dagger.
came back and got you with it.
That's even a bigger dagger, man. So all the
You see
Negroes,
now.
hold up, all the Negroes who want to come
Come
at
on.
MBK, especially this clown ass dude that made my design for Dagger Squad called, what's his name? What's the name we gave him?
Oh, man.
What's
I'm
the
not
name?
talking about my man Pit Boss.
No, his name ain't no Pit
Richmond.
Boss, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
get out of here, man. Mr.
I thought he made your that. I thought that was the guy that made your logo.
Yes, he did, but we still go in. Ain't no holding back because you made a damn logo. Shoot.
So you are talking about Pit Boss.
Yeah, so I'm a sellout. I'm a sellout now because
A
he made a
sellout.
logo. Okay, all right. But anyway, no.
That's what he
Hold on,
called
hold
you?
on.
He called you a
Hold on.
sellout?
He called us all type of names. But listen, I got a question for him. What if the Nubians and the Oxumite Empire and all these people wasn't following Christianity, was following Christianity? What is the name of the god that was the main god in their culture? Give me that, and then you could talk about Christianity.
Zeus.
All right. So we talk about that later. But anyway,
Okay, hold on. We gonna get.
all right,
to
let me
this.
share.
All
Let
right,
me.
you
I
ain't-
don't know nobody that speaks Geese.
AMMON. Amen.
All right, hold on a second.
Amen. Then.
Meru, hold on. Meru, hold on.
What's
we talk
the
about
answer?
that later. I'm not giving the answer.
See how you do?
That's the
You
answer.
ain't giving
That's
the
how
answer.
see, that's proof that I could dagger the Dagger Squad. That's I'm just letting niggas know. Just kidding.
I'm sleepy. I forgot
All right,
something.
listen. There was a debate, right? That Israel Doctrine was supposed to debate Prince York, and something happened. It didn't happen, right? Now Prince York.
Something
Now check this out.
happened.
Now check this out, though. Prince York is debating Michael Edwards. And for those who don't know Michael Edwards, he speaks a little Aramaic, Hebrew. He knows a little Semitic language stuff, and he's a Hebrew. I mean, he's a guy that believes in the Old and the New Testament, the truths of it, right? Very thorough brother, right? But listen, if I'm going to debate a Hebrew, I want you guys to listen to Prince York, right? Who's a Nawapian, following his father's teaching, and explain to me what the hell is he doing with his explanation. Listen to this carefully.
I want to know what the Oxumite God is. I see.
Hold on.
What's written in the first 5 books of the Bible or the Torah? Do you?
And let's keep it clean. Both of y'all brothers, let's respect. Because the people don't want to hear a bunch of screaming and yelling. Let's respect it. So, Michael Edwards, it's on you. Ask the brother any question you want.
All right, that's beautiful, beautiful. And I appreciate this opportunity, Father. And I appreciate you would be willing to speak, brother. Now, the first question I want to ask you is plainly, straight up and down, do you or do you not believe in what is written in the first 5 books of the Bible or the Torah? Do you believe it?
As far as the different books of the Bible, I don't believe in anything. So I go by religion. We go by facts, confirmation, and knowing things. So I know that the first 5 books of the Bible are authentic. I know that they are authentic and they are authentically written.
Now, let me stop right there. Did you guys just hear what he said?
Facts.
All right. He said that.
Goddamn facts.
Hold on. He said that the Bible is authentic. What is the debate for then? You just lost the debate. Why
The hell with that. What are the facts? What are the facts?
No.
from
Hold
the
on.
Nuwapian community?
Hold on.
Please tell me that.
No. Forget about the facts for a minute, brothers. Come on, chill out. Listen to what I'm saying here. He just told Michael Edwards asked him, "Do you believe that the Bible, the first 5 books, is authentic?" He came back and said, we don't deal with belief. We deal with knowledge and knowing. We deal with facts. So he said,
That was
okay.
fallacy number 1.
Okay.
That's
Then
a
he said,
hypocritical statement.
but then he said that the Bible is authentic. Authentic means real, genuine.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you debating then, idiot?
Ain't no damn debate. You just said he was right.
What are you debating? I mean, come on. You guys talk, man. I don't understand this. This is just blowing my mind right now. What the hell are you talking about? What are you debating?
That doesn't make any sense.
What are you debating?
Look, brother, it's facts, but you don't know the facts from the Nuwapian perspective, brother. That's what he's saying, brother.
Nah, I'm lost. Hold on. Let me go back and let me play it again. Hold up.
Hello?
He
What was
goes,
the question?
Ask the brother Prince York why you got him.
Hold up, Meru.
Let's keep it clean. Both
Damn,
of
I
y'all
heard it.
Let's respect. Because the people don't want to hear a bunch of screaming and yelling. Let's respect it. So, Michael Edwards, it's on you. Ask the brother any question you want.
All right, that's beautiful, beautiful, and I appreciate this opportunity, son. And I appreciate you would be willing to speak, brother. Now, the first question I want to ask you is plainly, straight up and down, do you or do you not believe in what is written in the first 5 books of the Bible or the Torah? Do you believe it?
As far as the different books in the Bible, I don't believe in anything. So I go by belief in one thing. We go by facts, confirmation, and knowing things. So I know that the first 5 books in the Bible are authentic. I know that they are authentic and they are.
I'm done. Debate's over. Debate's over. That's done.
Dude, he was right.
Let's just move.
He initially gave a good answer. The question was, do you believe? Stop. Beliefs don't require proof or evidence.
Yep.
The word believe is the word belie. B-E-L-I-E. You know what it means to belie something?
Okay. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. Keep going, Meru. I'm with you. Yes, sir.
Belie means to falsify, to tell an untruth.
Okay.
So when I mean, you ever heard of make believe?
Okay, I'll get your point. Keep going. All right, but Meru, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you, Meru. Do you accept the first 5 books as being genuine?
I'm going to answer just like Prince York did. I don't believe anything. You asked me, did I believe?
Right, that's fine.
I don't believe nothing. I know they exist. I know that.
All right. Are they authentic? Are they authentic?
Yes, they are authentic. Authentic bullshit. Thank you. I don't believe no man had no first woman.
I don't believe no state. Hold on, Meru. I'm gonna let you speak. The point I'm trying to make is Prince York was right when he talked about the whole belief thing. I'll give you that. But he came out and said the 5 books of the Bible are authentic. So what the fuck are you debating then?
Authentic. Mythological bullshit. Thank you.
He didn't say that, Meru. He didn't say that. He said they authentic.
Authentic Jewish mythological bullshit.
Real.
Right and true.
The debate's over. That's it. Debate's over. Hands down.
That's it.
That's
the ball game.
Authentic bullshit. Next question. Authentic bullshit.
He didn't say that at Meru. He did not say that.
Garfield cut him off. Brother, he didn't get a brother a chance. See, he trying to get a gotcha.
I watched that whole video. He did not say that, Meru. I watched the whole
Hold up. The guy just posted what I did for his credit. Hold up. Let me show it live on the screen what Garfield Daggers do for people credit. I want you guys to look at this, what I did for this guy's credit. He just posted it on Facebook. Look at this carefully right here. This is unbelievable. Look at his scores. It was 552.
Wow.
And his score is now 722. And his next score is 683. That's 170 points. Garfield boosted his score 170 points on one and 131 on the other. Wow.
He in there. Go buy you a Ferrari.
That's amazing.
Wow.
He said go buy you a Ferrari.
Go buy you a Ferrari.
Dagger squad. Dagger. That's a dagger. That's a dagger. So all you haters talking about what, let's see who posted it so y'all could see it's not me. It's not me. It ain't no fake profile. That's my man Lee Tate.
He said ain't no fake profile.
Shoot.
That's Garfield, baby.
What his profile said.
Who you think you
He said 100% truth. So you know it's oh my God. But anyway.
That's Garfield's cousin.
Look at his credit. You see, look at that. From May 23rd, last time he ran it, and then now October 30th, look what Garfield did. 722, 683. Wow. What should I say? Allahu Akbar, Yahweh,
Yes.
Jesus,
Yahweh.
You can
Obatullah,
say feds because they're gonna bust in on you when they find out what you're doing.
Olodumare.
No, I don't want you to mention that Axumite guy that you buck danced around. You've been hanging out with them Hebrews too long, son.
Axumite.
Where's this
Dagger?
No, come on with it. We want you on live on air to commit.
No.
Horrible.
I'm not telling you. I just know how to shut Meru and Allen up, and I'm glad I know now. When they talking now, I know what to bring up. I know what to bring up and shit. I know what to bring up. Cause they know how to shut me up. You know what I'm saying, Queen? All right.
Coffee.
All right, let's move on to the next story. What's the next storyline? Hold up.
12 o'clock, man. We're talking about some damn coffee.
Man, look, I had a woman kept me up all night. Zippo. I need a juice.
Fired.
All right, let me talk
Give me some
about.
coffee.
Hey, hold on a second. Let me find this video here. There's a video between Prince York, and what's his name? And Polite. Dude went in on Polite. So I'm gonna play that part a little bit.
Oh yeah, let me hear that. I've been hearing about this.
Yeah, let me play this video here real quick.
Which one is this? The guy with that traded in consciousness banging?
He back in. Okay.
Alan, you better stop. You better stop, Alan.
All right. So let me share my screen. But I don't need to share the screen because they just showed a still picture. But I'm gonna play Prince York first, and then I'm gonna play Polite after. The dude went in on Polite, and I don't know where it's coming from, but hey, let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? He went in from the jump, talking about Polite can't speak languages and all this stuff. And I want everybody to listen. I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but listen to the conversation.
I just misunderstood because you used the word ancestors, so I didn't connect it up. I use the term ancestors because what the brother was trying to do was the brother was trying to reform the Hebrew Israelite school and fuse it with science and try to make it look like, we're not a religion. We deal with our, culture, our history, our ancestors. So I said, okay, well, in that case, then the Hebrews' ancestors would be what? Going prior to Adam and Eve, going to all that, you're going to the Adamites, you're going to the Canaanites, you're going to the Edomites. You know what I mean? It's a whole bill that you can just go into and reign in there. Okay, can you hear me now? Like I said, Polite is a fucking cracker. Polite is a habitual liar. And Polite likes to reform conversations because people in the community don't understand Nuwaubian culture. So if you don't understand Nuwaubian culture and you're dealing with a former Nuwaubian or a Nuwaubian who's presenting themselves to the world, they'll fabricate lies on what we do and make it look like it was something special towards you. For example, when Polite, and I tried not to address it, like I told you, Sinetta, but you were there. I was sitting next to you today. I told you I thought Polite done. Remember I told you that? I told you, sitting next to you, he was on live streaming, and I said, yo, Polite is done. I'm not going. After he said that, the different stuff he was saying about moving out the black community, calling black people dogs, talking about the rappers have converted him, different stuff like that. I said he's through. As far as me, he's through. I said the day we were sitting in front of each other, I was being merciful to the bullshit. Being merciful and saying, okay, the brothers out here, he's doing this thing, let me show some form of respect. But at the same time, that is disrespecting that you show, okay, you crossed that line. That's why I said, Polite is a cracker. He's an equivalent. Based on the things that he was saying, people got to go do the research for themselves and go check out that video where he's talking with Sinetta about his views of the black community. And it's very disrespectful. It's extremely disrespectful. So Polite is a cracker. But as far as my intellectual level compared to his intellectual level, Polite is a student. And he fabricates things. He'll say, well, at one time, Dr. York had me leading the lodge. This nigga was never leading the lodge. Ever. But even in D.C., when you see a picture of him holding a mic, he had fucking forced his way up there. He wouldn't live put him on the stand. The nigga jumped up there. Oh, Dr. York named my daughter. Everybody who wants their child to have a Nuwaubic name that has the opportunity in the nation to
did it. That nigga trying to fuck like he's Prince York. I'm Prince York, nigga. I'm the best fucking teacher. And I was so polite face to face if it comes to that. And we said, where all this anger come from in Prince York towards brother polite? The anger comes from the amount of disrespect. When you get on Vlad TV and you have the opportunity to rep your master teacher and you say, well, every other time Dr. York is deity, but now you're on public forum to rep the master teacher knowing that he's in prison and you don't do it. Then on top of that, then you come back on the Breakfast Club, you don't do it. Then you don't even rep the TV. Your own promoter. These are the people who's putting you out there. So I see that. Then I see how the marketing scheme, how he's using the Black Panther Party for publicity. He uses the new Black Panther Party because they're out and on the scene to be on publicity. He's a fucking straight con artist, bro. And he's playing games. Niggas wouldn't fucking with him in Milwaukee Nation. He tried to make it like it's some doctor shit. But then I asked myself, okay, what's the questions that you have? I'll answer the questions that you don't have. That you have, you so you don't understand. You don't want to ask me a question on public forum. You don't want to ask me a question in private. No, body for like everybody. Polite is a regular teacher. He looks important to y'all because he's bringing our information to y'all. As far as us, Polite, he said his Milwaukee Bag is a God series. Nigga, that's 25 years ago. I'm about to have a rating thing on you. Stop you over on 700 books at the damn God series, nigga. You know what I mean? So I'm just tired of that. And his level of disrespect. His level of disrespect towards the master teacher. You say you flexing throwing all this money around and you cook. Remember, Milwaukeeans don't say this. Polite said Dr. York is his God and his deity, his personal deity or whatever. All that shit. But then when Dr. York is in begging for commentary, the man dying in jail from angioedema attack, Polite don't up not one cent. We up in bread, I'm up in bread, everybody in the family up in bread, York is up in bread, but Polite don't give a dime. Polite's full of shit. That nigga's a cracker. He sits and eats with the beast and then he tries to fabricate that shit like, oh, I'm studying for the brothers and the sisters who can't make it. Nigga, you're the leader. If you're the leader, you're supposed to help the other people make it. You have to be stopping good and stop letting yourself. Then your opportunity to go show everybody, you say you live like a king, go live like a king in Africa. You want to go live like a king in Hollywood. Los Angeles. Like, but you couldn't be Milwaukee. If you're Milwaukee, then you know what we teach about brothers and sisters.
The Wapian.
Hey, go to Hollywood. Man, I'll take the women day off for like any fucking day.
Yo, hold on, man. Yo, man, god damn. Light is my brother, but I mean, yo, listen, brother.
It's the truth.
Sounds like you've been holding all of this anger in, brother, and you waiting for the opportunity to explode. Because the Prince York I know, you came on the scene a humble brother. You was trying to be humble with the people. So now, what's this? I mean, you ready to take on Captain Tazariak? You willing to take on the Armin Ross squad? You want to take on Brother Polite? I've asked Brother Polite several times. Polite said, you know, I'm not going to debate Prince York. I can't debate Prince York.
Because he's scared.
Wow. I think Garfield dropped. But wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trouble
That
between
like,
family.
That sound like 50 and Ja Rule. We got new Wapian, you make new cousin.
I'm just saying, when we went to the ballroom in Polite versus Harry Rosenberg, he had a picture up that it looked like the many faces of Dr. York. Polite was in there with his own face. The things that I noticed, I'm not gonna really get too quite, I don't want to cause a problem for myself, but a great debate.
I wouldn't give no money to see either one of them dudes, but that's just me. That's just Panther, man. I'm not doing it. To be honest, watching Polite through the years, when he first came on the scene, Polite was heavy, spitting out Nuwapian knowledge, and heavy talking about Dr. York. And over the years, that has calmed down tremendously. He doesn't really talk about Nuwapian language anymore. He doesn't talk about aliens anymore. I think y'all can remember that video where he was talking about that he was an extraterrestrial and
he got abducted.
And he said that every conscious
That's some
person,
pseudo shit.
if you're conscious, then that means they took you and then they put you back. And he was selling the rocks, the $80 rocks that was supposed to come from another planet. I mean, I remember all of this, and now he's like a totally different type of presenter. I mean, I really looked at what he presented.
Give him respect because he does know, certain knowledge. Like, he's been to Israel, he's done, a couple of stuff. But I remember him on 125th.
I mean, yeah, and everybody remembers that, but we have to recognize the growth. That's not the same guy anymore.
Oh, he's not.
I mean, what he presented from the Kemet on trial versus what he presented to the Harry Rosenberg debate, that wasn't no Nuwapian stuff at all.
Nope.
I know that because a lot of those references came out of Asar Imhotep's book, Nasut Biti.
Oh.
So I know that's not Nuwapian stuff. So I think the reason why he doesn't want to debate Prince York is he's kind of past that moment in his life. When's the last time y'all heard Polite even mention Dr. York?
I agree.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you, Peace
Queen. Long
Queen.
time. I think he's just at a different point in his scholarship. I mean, we all was pseudo one time in our lives.
Yes, we were.
Everybody was attached to something.
I was a Christian.
Either you was a Christian or Muslim or whatever you were attached to something that wasn't 100% truth. So I think Polite has just moved on in his scholarship. He's upgraded. He's learned how to get references and information and tell you where stuff comes from. And he's a better presenter for it. And for him to debate Prince York would be a step backwards to me.
It's not true, though, Ben. All of us were attached to some other kind of God. My God has always been the goddess Punani. Start with Mom Dukes. You understand?
I'm sorry, did you say Punani?
Yes,
I said the goddess Punani.
Oh, my God.
Gay? What's wrong with you?
That's pseudo too. I ain't listening to you.
Okay,
pseudo too.
It's pseudo.
Okay. You was telling Mom what to do? All right, Mom was running.
I didn't call my mom Punani.
The goddess Punani. That's where I came from.
I'm fucking with you, man.
The Yoni.
The mighty Yoni, buddy.
Let me play. In fairness, let me play 5 minutes of Polite's response.
Let's say the
let me hear this. Let me hear this.
Because Polite was on the same phone call, but he got called.
Yeah,
black woman is black. Damn.
Is goddamn.
Wow. Meru,
okay.
See?
Can I play?
My favorite quote from Meru.
Can I play Polite now?
I'll tell you what I worship later.
Go ahead, Meru, time out. Go ahead.
So horrible, Pedro.
Time out.
They teach you because the intention is to just make you a better person. Not so you can throw them a shout out every opportunity you get on a platform. So I called you out several times, Sonetta, because you're very relevant in media as far as media is concerned. I love what you're doing. I love what you bring to the table, and people can access you in real time. And there are certain controversies that surround certain parties in our community that a name drop wouldn't suffice because it will take away from the reason why I'm on the platform. And my job is to create enough attention around myself so when it suffices to use my influence to expound on things that I'm concerned with, that's dear to me, I can expound on it in elaborate detail at my discretion. Certain platforms, I have to know the rules of engagement hard and do what I can do on that platform without oversaturating with data that I will not be able to complete on account to the information that I'm disseminating. So when these people keep crying, how come I don't mention this? How come I don't mention that? You stole that person's info. You should give this person credit for what you're teaching about. No, I tell everybody this. Why don't you create something around you know, rather than them saying, let's follow suit, or let's practice walking a similar path, or there's something we can learn from this brother. You know what they do? They do like everybody else does and find themselves in the same space they're in today that they was in last year, that they'll be in next year, while I'll continue to rise. Because I won't be bothered by this chaos. I'm only talking about it because you brought it up. People got to get a hold of themselves. Never complain about what a man didn't say. Create an opportunity for you to say it.
Let me ask you this. He called you a cracker. He called you a fucking cracker.
He's a young man.
Why did you suppose he called you that? Let me tell you why. He said you sold out. You don't give a fuck about the people. You sold out to the hip hop
community. Let me ask you one question, sir.
Go ahead.
Did he come to this revelation before my Vlad interview? Or did he come to this revelation after the Vlad interview he's mad about because I didn't mention his daddy name?
Now, I'm going to keep it real with you.
Responsibility to mention his daddy's name. My brother, how long ago was it when I sat on the couch next to that black man? All these emotions about how I don't care about the community or don't care about the people, did this just happen?
Yeah, I think he dropped again. That's a valid point. That last part, I give Polite that they were on the couch together, and
make a valid point.
You know, when you right next to him, man, you got plenty of opportunity to say whatever it is you feel. And I just don't respect when people let time pass and then it's very little time. And then all of a sudden, all these things come out when, you know, you had ample time to say it to my face. I'm going to draw an example since we're in this current situation. If y'all can remember, after the Kim and Armageddon conference, it was myself, Unc Cat, Brother Sanjetti, and Elliot. Y'all may call him Sally. So we were all on the couch together.
Yep, I remember.
And Brother Sonetta asked a direct question. What do you feel about evolution, and do you have a problem with evolution? What do you feel about it? That brother looked right in the camera and said, I don't have a problem with the Amun Ra Squad science. But a month later, it was we worshiping white folks, we teaching white folks stuff, this, that, and the third. So this is a similar situation. When you right next to a man and somebody asks you a direct question, how do you feel about that person? This is your chance to let it out. I don't want to hear it a month later when we states apart. When you right next to that person, let me know. I would have respected if he'd have been like, I ain't with that bullshit, blah, 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 blah. I would have respected him more. And I'm sure Polite feels the same way. Why didn't you say this when we was face to face, brother?
He kept saying, only thing he would say is that people are trying to turn us against each other. That's my brother. That's my brother. I wouldn't do that.
Apparently, you was already against him. What is that about? See, I ain't with this new generation bullshit. You come up on somebody and say what you goddamn want to say. And if it's a fight, it's a goddamn fight. Y'all can dap up and hug later.
It is right. Like you said, it's this
new generation some punks.
Yeah, new generation.
That's right. The great apes.
Get on Facebook. Get on Twitter. When the man lived down the street from you.
It's the great ape, man. It's the great apes.
Danny, what you guys say, Danny? What you
guys say? The people.
For you in the chat.
Oh yeah, you know about the house of people now. I know you do. I know you do.
Giant hairy beast.
Crazy.
That's just how I said it too, and I stand by it. I'm a proud great ape.
Yes.
Hey man, you can't keep saying you a gorilla all the time and then just want to say you don't believe in evolution.
Oh. Dagger.
That don't make no damn sense. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah,
somebody
man.
say leave. Did somebody leave again? Yeah, you can believe all that evolution
But
stuff.
believe that they don't break that word down.
Simple question. I'm gonna watch you fly all out the window. All right, simple question is why don't I see creatures in primary, the original state, secondary, and tertiary stages? Why did everything evolve into a perfect state? You know, each creature being able to
That's not true.
reproduce. What is in nature that doesn't coexist perfectly with all other life forms in a
What you're
symbiotic
talking about
fashion?
is intermediate or
No,
transition
I'm just saying,
fossils.
name me a single creature that doesn't exist in nature that doesn't perfectly exist.
Take a lick.
Produce.
That's your creature. Take a lick. Take a lick. Look it up. It's a transition fossil that did not reproduce. Look it up.
Maybe you want to tell me what a ticklick is?
I did. It's a transition fossil that did not reproduce. It's a snake with feet.
A ticklick is a transition fossil
that did not reproduce.
A fossil that didn't reproduce.
Yes. Look it up.